Hi, Janine here, your balance planner, and I am back to update those of you that are sticking with me and checking out my planner systems. So I'm gonna start with the Hobonichi planner, and if you do not know about Hobonichi planners, I highly recommend you check out the Coffee Monster Co. Helen Wang on YouTube, and she will teach you everything you need to know about how to use your Hobonichi planner. And one of the things that we both have in common is that we have ADHD. So make no mistake, how she uses her planner is such a great model for those of us who struggle with time management, goal achievement, meeting deadlines. And yes, I highly recommend going to her. And she is the artist extraordinaire of her company. She's actually in Surrey, BC. And I'm in Washington State, so we're neighbors, but she's Canadian, and she has this lovely company and has amazing stickers. These stickers are mostly for the Hobonichi Weeks, which is my health and fitness book. And then I have some stickers in here that you could use for the Hobonichi Weeks as well. But I also, yeah, I put these in my cousin's. So, which I'm going to show you in just a second here. So anyway, Helen is the one who got me into Hobonichi planners. I'm not exactly sure. Oh yeah, I started out with Clever Fox, and then somehow she got on my feed, and ever since then I've been watching Helen, and she has been my model. And I think almost, yeah, I would say about 99% of my stickers for my Hobonichi planners comes from Helen, the Coffee Monster Co. company. So yeah, please check her out. So this is my monthly spread, and how I use this is, my month at a glance, and I highlight at the top the category of my life that's most dominant for that day. Let's get the right marker out. Money. Well, work is money. So, and so sometimes I interchange these two. So I use my markers for budgeting and for planning, and the color systems are pretty much the same, but there's a few differences. And to be honest, I don't like using the dark blue very often in my Hobonichi planner, but yeah, I like the muted tones better. And then on Saturdays, my son and I, and sometimes my daughter joins us, sometimes my grandkids, we volunteer at our church in the Capitol Hill area, and we serve breakfast. We also take responsibility for making 40 or more lunches for those who want to take them with them uh, to go on Saturdays. So, everybody's invited. I did a little short, so you can see that in my shorts videos, our church. But we serve many people who come that are unhoused and food insecure. So my Saturdays are half about that, and then my son and I, then we go to Pike Place Market, and we go to Anchorhead Coffee Co., and we get a latte and stuff like that, and then we usually eat a lunch, and then I come home and work around 5 to 10 on Saturdays. And then Sundays is about family, but usually I'm kind of chill about it, and I also then have to work in the evening. So I do work a lot, I have to say, but I do love my work, although Saturdays and Sundays are usually about paperwork, so I can't, let's just say it's not my favorite time. It's those evenings, but it's got to be done. All right, and then this was last week, and as some of you know, I got really sick. Started on Sunday, and then by yesterday I was super sick. So I canceled work in person, and then I did a little bit of work, just a couple of hours, and I was actually in Blaine, and then I drove back home. So for my morning routine, that was out the door, and then my evening routine was out the door, except for I brushed my teeth and flossed, which I don't know. Am I the only one? Like, I really have to push myself to floss. I don't know why, but I'm going to the dentist again next week. I don't know. Yeah, I don't have it marked, but I have a dentist appointment next week, and I am definitely feeling the need to floss and use my water pick. So, yeah. So, with the exception of a few basic things, my evening routine is out the door, and I've been giving myself a pass. And so today was a little bit of a planner day and updating my budget by paycheck, which I'm going to just share in just a second here. And then tomorrow, I've actually been on antibiotic, and I'm showing back up to work tomorrow, and I work with kids with autism, and that's my thing and my jam, and I love it very much. I have a very small therapy practice. So the Hobonichi planner, what I've just shared with you so far is that we have monthly layouts, and I guess, like this I have not kept up with, to be honest with you, but this is kind of a habit tracker. Let me hold this up for you. Like, I think it's a great idea, and maybe I'll start doing it again. Put a note in the comment if you think that I should do this. And if you tell me you're watching, then I'll probably pick it back up. I need some accountability here. But I color coded this, and I would write my 3 main goals for the month up top, and then the habits of each category that I was going to track. And I just briefly mentioned, but I color code everything. And I don't think I have a really good video on the balance matters method. Maybe one you can check out in my long form videos. But I do have a method that I call the balance matters method from A to Z. And the letters from A to Z are the 26 categories that are most important to me. And like auto, beauty, culinary, declutter, donate, decorate. E is events and entertainment. F is family. H is household or health, depending on whether we're talking about bookkeeping, business, budgeting, or my personal stuff. And then I is investment, which for the first time I got my son into the stock market, so we got him in that, and I feel really good about that. So that counted for my I and the light blue. And so anyway, or saving money is light blue. So that just kind of gives you an example. So at the beginning of the Hobonichi then is these months at a glance. And for those of you that are bullet journal enthusiasts, this would be also like you could do your index on this, or you could do your most important events and birthdays and holidays and such. The Hobonichi planner originates and is made in Japan. So there's no holidays in here, and which kind of makes it universal, right? So, and then this is just an example of the money that my son got into the stock market, and he already made $1,200 because we got him in on the lowest day because he listens to his mommy. Like, yeah. So my son is an adult. Yeah. Okay. So it has the monthly spreads, and I've set up some of the spreads with the stickers from the Coffee Monster Co. Helen name. Yeah. So you can see. But obviously they're not all planned out, but they're ready to go. And then, yeah, so this is May, and then I showed you that this was last week, and then this is with this week. And I try and touch base with it every day, but you know what? I really don't kick myself too much. Not physically, but mentally. I'm not too hard on myself if I, skip a day or two. And then, sometimes like this day I did a back injury. So, yeah. And, if I don't decorate, that's okay. I'm more of a functional planner, and the stickers are a nice, fun thing to do, but I don't always have time to do stickers, and that's why sometimes I will just sit in front of the TV and binge watch. Like, I've been watching White Lotus. I'm having to rewatch it because I fell asleep some of the times that I was watching it. And so, yeah, I'll binge watch a series and then, sticker something up. And that's kind of helpful. All right, so this, I did introduce myself as the balance planner. So, I don't think I'm trying so hard to make sure that I'm covering all the important categories that I value in my life. And budgeting is so important, and something that I wish that my mom had taught me. My parents, yeah, I would say, I don't know, where did you learn budgeting from? I would love to know. Put that in the comments. I'm like, is it just me, or like, do people fumble through this? So the Budget by Paycheck mom, which is Miko Love, she has a channel as well on YouTube, and this is a product that she designed that came from her personal experience and her personal story. And if you struggle with managing money and you've gotten yourself in debt, wow, she can help you. I'm not kidding. So her story is that as a young mom, which, that was my case as well. I started having children young. There was a day where she literally didn't have money for an ice cream cone. And maybe she put it on her credit card, something like that. So she had, I don't know, $70,000 worth of credit card debt. And this system came out of her kind of waking up and her son being her motivator to make changes in her behaviors so that she would be able to pay her bills and not spend money on interest, from credit card debt. And this Miko Love, this I mean, she actually has credentials in the financing world, so from school. But she, like Helen, has changed my life because her system has really helped me to become more aware and, excuse me, helped me to plan. Did I belch? Like, a lot of people don't show that they drink pop, but I'm just telling you right now, I'm back into Diet Coke, and I was drinking tea, and I'm not sitting here with tea. I shouldn't be drinking this stuff, but I do love it, and I'm just gonna go ahead and admit it. But anyway, I think I just had a little belch there, so forgive me. But back to Miko Love, like, her model has really helped me gain some skills in budgeting, and I'm not saying that I'm perfect. And I'm not even saying that I'm 50% there yet. Well, maybe I'm 50% there. Like, I'm getting closer. So she uses pens as well, and each pen is a different category that one would spend money on. Like, this color for me is debt reduction, and so you'll see some debt payments here. And I've taken her method, and then I've added the Van Lilly stickers to cuten up the workbook. And what do you think? Is this not so cute? I mean, Miko Love, she has these cash breakdown tickets that you can take to your bank. But these are so cute. These are, yeah, I think even Miko would say, yeah, these are very, very cute and maybe cuter. But anyway, if you were being super frugal, you might not want to spend the $40 just to cover up your book, because it wasn't exactly cheap. But it's an investment I made so that I would use my budget by paycheck work. So one of the things that Miko does is she does not post a transaction unless it's gone through. And what I decided to do is I've got this Frixon clicker. I don't know the pronunciation, but the Frixon clicker pens. And this is super great because watch this. And look, check this out. You can erase. And so if you make a mistake, you can erase it. And in fact, here, I'm going to do it again. Look, even if you highlight, you can erase it. So there you go. So right now I'm a little low on money. Well, I mean, it's relative, but I'm helping out a family member with their rent and stuff. So I work really hard to help my daughter go through grad school. So anyway, this is one account. This is another account. And those are actually true numbers for tonight. And then I have a business account. I don't need to show you that. There's not much money in there. After rent, paying rent. And then I haven't filled this out, but I'll fill this out tomorrow. And then either I'll do a short or just a quick short tomorrow night, maybe. Or we'll see. Maybe I'll do another long form video. And then this is the monthly network tracker. And yeah, I probably could fill this out. I can say that I was looking at my 5-year Hobonichi planner, which some of you have asked me for an update. Let's kind of fix this a little bit. And looks like I have paid down $40,000 worth of debt since last year. So I'm very excited about that. And then this is the breakdown. And I'm going to commit right now. So if you're still with me, thank you. And let me know if you're going to be back to see me do this at the end of the month to cheer me on. So maybe I need to do a challenge, like a May challenge, a May budgeting challenge. And then, oh yeah, and hey, Miko loves the Budget by Paycheck channel on YouTube. I kind of took her model for the monthly meal plan, and I actually don't have a plan for food this week. And I think though that what I'm going to do, because I started eating out, actually I started going to Starbucks every single morning and picking up my lunch there. And so my son is on a diet, and so he's not cooking as much, which means leaves me no leftovers. So I think I'm gonna have to start cooking again. He did cook for me yesterday and today. So then I didn't eat out, but I think I need to have a chat with him, and maybe we need to alternate days for cooking. Or I need to get creative, because spending 20 some dollars a day on Starbucks, and the food is decent, but you don't really get $20 worth of food versus going to the grocery store. And not saying that we haven't had inflation and it hasn't been expensive at the grocery stores too, but $20 can get me a lot farther along at the grocery store than buying some Starbucks food. So anyway, what I decided to do is cross off, which is what Miko Love does. And she has a, what do you call it? A mini money morning video. So every day she models for you how she does her budget by paycheck planner. So I highly recommend that. So you've got 2 good models for planning. One is the Coffee Monster Co. Helen Wang, who's great, an amazing artist. And then Miko Love, the Budget by Paycheck system by the budget. She's the budget mom you can find on YouTube. And she models this every single day. Her entries, she goes from beginning to setup to end. And she has, I don't know, maybe like hundreds and hundreds of videos. And she also, you can join her on Instagram as well. I think it's about $5 a month. But she has extra content there. So if you want to learn how to use this system, I highly recommend her. And then, so I crossing out the days that I bought food out. We always buy food out on Saturdays. So my goal for the rest of this month is to only have crossed out Saturdays for eating out. And then the rest will be highlighted in purple because purple is my favorite color. It has nothing to do with family, but this is my family color marker when I spend money on family. Yeah. Yep. So like I have my son and daughter-in-law's puppies because I had a new grandbaby in the family. So I spent $103.61 on my grandpuppies for food because they're here with me and their food's expensive. Yep. And yeah, I won't tell a lie. Okay, so let's see. And then I kind of did this weekly check-in and I added some remnants of the titles to fill this in. So I know I kind of makeshifted this. It's not super cute, but yeah, I'll figure something out for next month to make it cuter. Like this actually is supposed to go on one of your cash track or one of your expense tracker pages. But I was worried about how many transactions I would have. So yeah. All right. Oh yeah, I have one more thing to share. And here I was worried about doing a long form video and I'm still chatting 22 minutes later. Okay, so this is a Berkson leather binder that I seriously think, because you won't find, I mean, you have to check every single day on Amazon to get your favorite color and your favorite size, because I think this is a one-person business. And yeah, so can you see this? It's real Italian leather. And then somebody makes it overseas. Sorry about the tariffs because this may go up if you don't check now. But here's the thing. This little binder is so cool. And obviously, this is not something that you're going to want to put in your tote bag or your work bag, right? And I kind of wanted a mini budget wallet system. So I'm going to give this a try. I lost my debit card, so eventually I will have my debit card in here. And I need to stop charging on my credit cards, but I use my Apple Pay all the time. And I haven't figured out how to get my debit card on there yet. But anyway, so I'm going to try doing this tracker in here. And you can see the color coding again, which comes from Miko Love, the budget mom. And I've updated the balance. I'm not going to go back because it's all detailed in here. And just kind of be more aware of the money I'm spending. And then I did cash stuff. This is a few dollars. This is enough for one London Fog Starbucks drink this week. So that'll be my one cheat thing, and I'm not crossing out the whole day for one tea. But I need to go in and buy it with cash. And then my son and I are going to get, he's going to get a manicure and pedicure, and I don't know if I'm going to need one, but I scheduled for both of us. So maybe I'll do my fingernails, but we'll see. And so I've got some money for that. And actually, that's just for me. And then family, that's for him. So that's for our manicure and pedicure. And honestly, this is the first time he's ever gone. But he gets hangnails. And I said, you got to go. You got to give it a try. And for the first time, he said yes. So that's pretty big. So this is money for food for the week. So my challenge, and if you're still here again, then maybe ask me if I stuck to my challenge. Because on Friday, by Friday, this money should be all I've spent on food is $100 for the week. Yeah, on grocery store. Like, that doesn't count my Saturday going out to eat. And then this is events and entertainment for the month. Okay, and I'm going to tell you that's a huge challenge for me. And so, but I'm going to stop using my credit cards this month. That's one of my goals. And then this was for the manicure pedicure for my son. And then I've got $50 because we need more vitamins, and we get those at PCC, which is a co-op grocery store. And then I've tucked a little cash in here for reading, and I'll add to that if I have any money to roll over for next week from my groceries. And I have $50 that I'm saving up for playing tennis, and probably not this week because I'm sick. All right, and I did I have an extra cash register in the back that I was going to use for business, but honestly, I don't have a lot of transactions going through my business account, not more than 20 a month, so I may just stick to the personal one, and that's it. Okay, if you stayed with me to the end, will you let me know in the comments, and I will send you some happy mail. All right. So this is your balance planner signing out, and I shall see you soon. Yep. Don't be surprised if you don't see me tomorrow. All right. Love you. Bye.